Tonight from Kroger Field in Lexington, Kentucky, it's an SEC East showdown. Tennessee, searching for its first conference win of the season, is 0-4 in league play. Kentucky can become bowl eligible with the win tonight. And even though this series has been dominated by the Vols, the Cats are favored this evening. Welcome to SEC Saturday Night, presented by Holiday Inn Express. Series started all the way back in 1893. Kentucky won that one in a blowout, but just about since it's been dominated by Big Orange. Vols have won 31 of the last 32. Last time Kentucky won, they had a wide receiver playing quarterback in a close victory. Welcome, everybody. Tom Hart alongside Jordan Rogers. We'll see Cole Kublik in just a moment. Two programs seemingly going in different directions, though both off of losses. Kentucky has momentum. They could be bowl eligibility. Tennessee playing in a 5-game playoff just to stay alive.
Yeah, for Tennessee, this is a must-win, and if they're going to win this game, this offense has to awaken from their slumber. They got to be better in the red zone. They got to be able to finish drives and get some momentum going. For Kentucky, you got to break through that mentality that you haven't been able to beat Tennessee or those upper echelon teams in the SEC East. Had an opportunity against Florida earlier in the year and crumbled late. They got to prove it tonight against Tennessee.
Kentucky won the toss but elected to defer, and no chance for a return on the touchback. Chilly night in the Commonwealth. Let's go down and check in with the Cole Kublik.
Tom, Tennessee going to be without running back John Kelly, a one-game suspension that he's serving. We know about the production, 40% essentially of this team's offense throughout the course of the season, but this offense has already been simplified. How much more can it be simplified tonight without your star running back in, leading receiver and leading rusher? Protections could be an issue. Audibles could be an issue. We'll see how much that changes tonight for the Vols.
Yeah, a lot of injuries on that offensive front. They're also without Quentin Dormady, the second-string quarterback. More on that when Tennessee gets to football. Steven Johnson has been fantastic as the starter for Kentucky. 12-6 for a guy who was very lightly recruited out of both high school and junior college. He starts with Benny Snell behind him in the backfield. And on first down, Kentucky's going to run it. Snell lost a football, and Tennessee able to fall on it. Nigel Warrior finds a loose football, and Kentucky, which has one of the best turnover margins in the country, coughs it up on play number 1.
And I mentioned it, Tom, there's a mentality that Kentucky takes into this game against Tennessee. These are the things you cannot have, mental mistakes, especially early on. Benny Snell is the best player on this offense, and he's better than that right there. You got to protect the ball first. Tennessee in great position here to get this offense rolling early on.
Cold night, about 38 degrees at kick. Ball may be a little bit slick. And now we'll see Jared Garantano for Tennessee quarterback. Carlin Filzami is the starting tailback without John Kelly. And Garantano wants to roll the pocket and let it go. And he goes to his tight end for no gain. Ethan Wolf the grab, but he was draped by Courtney Love.
I like what they're doing early on. Garantano is the more mobile quarterback. It's his third start, taking over for Quentin Dormady, who was up and down at times. Garantano has a little bit more mobility. I think they'll move him in the pocket more so this week than we've seen so far.
He was named a starter after Tennessee got shut out at home by Georgia. That was one of the worst home losses in a century for this very proud Tennessee program. Filzami, the sophomore from Naples, Florida, gets his first carry, is able to find 2 before he's met by Jordan Jones. Tennessee's scoring struggles continue. 0 offensive touchdowns in the last 14 quarters. They have been abysmal in the red zone. Talked to Butch Jones about it this week. He said that field starts to shrink on the quarterback, and we're just not making plays. Ball 6 for their last 45 on third down. That's not a good number either.
And Tom, it shrinks, but it's not uphill. They got to be better up front with this offensive line in the push.
Third down 7. Garantano looking, has time, fires end zone, too strong. Brandon Johnson, the intended receiver.
Oh, Tom, and he had him. Boy, they're just running a skinny post from the inside slot. Garantano in this Tennessee offense had the look they wanted, had the coverage they wanted. And he's looking up at that board, realizing he just missed one.
30-yard attempt for Brent Cimaglia, the freshman from Franklin, Tennessee. He was all of Tennessee's offense in the loss to South Carolina, went 3 for 3. To put Tennessee on the board from 30. Parker Henry, the holder. And he punches it through after Tennessee takes advantage of the fumble on the first play from scrimmage. And the Volunteers have won 31-32 in this series, get off to the start that they wanted. The electric Lynn Bowden back to receive for Kentucky. Freshman out of Youngstown, Ohio. And a knuckleball. And Bowden will scoop it up inside the 10, trying to find the edge. He's got it, needing a block. And Bowden gets tied up and taken down at the 40-yard line. All right, Taylor, thank you. Welcome to the Commonwealth. Kentucky's second possession of the night. On their very first, they coughed it up with a Benny Snell fumble, and Tennessee able to take advantage with the field goal. Tom Hart, Jordan Rogers, Cole Kubelik. This long-time series between two rivals has been, well, it's been dominated by the Big Orange as of late. They've won 31 of 32. 5 straight wins for them with an average of 23 points. The winning margin for Tennessee. Here's Snell with his second carry of the night, and he takes it for 4 yards. Still 14 quarters without an offensive touchdown, but points on the board for the Vols. They're down for Steven Johnson. The senior lets it go, incomplete. No flag. Here it is coming in late. Charles Walker, the intended receiver. Side judge is the one that came in and got a look at pass interference from about 25 yards away.
Pass interference on the defense, number 8. Penalty ball be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
David Smith is our referee tonight. Left side of your screen. And Martin with contact on Charles Walker.
And that ball was high. Charles Walker's just 5'11". Not sure he would have been able to get to that one.
Johnson to the edge. Pass caught by Blake Bone, brought down by Emmanuel Mosley for a gain of 7. Steven Johnson has converted on 61% of his passes. Kind of a surprise star here in the Commonwealth. He started his career at Grambling, then went the JUCO route this past summer. Went down to Belize to do some mission work. Upstanding young man and comes from an athletic family. His sister Sydney won a national championship in soccer at USC. Here's Snell. And it goes in the air inside the 15. Making up for that fumble. Nigel Warrior brings him down after a gain of 28.
Oh, and you love to see that. The early fumble by Benny Snell, but he's their workhorse. They're going to need him big tonight. And a few great blocks up front, especially by left guard Logan Stenberg there to spring Snell.
Some shuffles along both offensive lines. Drake Jackson, redshirt freshman, getting the start at center tonight for Kentucky. Johnson pulls it away from Snell. Walker gives him a block, and he takes it to the 6 on a gain of 6. Rashad Galden in on the stop for Tennessee.
And as good and efficient as Steven Johnson has been, last week struggled a little bit. There were some drops. They were forced into some opportunities to take shots downfield and didn't convert. But ever dangerous with his legs, especially in the red zone, buying time with those designed quarterback runs, as we just saw.
Just 13 of 28 for a $117 and 2 picks on the road in Starkville last week. Both teams coming off of tough losses. Snell has it, and he is in. 6-yard touchdown run for Benny Snell Jr. A 6-play, 60-yard drive with Snell doing most of the work.
And that's the start they want. Get Benny Snell going early. Averaging just 77 yards a game. Slightly below what you'd think with how important he is to this offense. But when he gets going, opens up everything for the passing game.
Austin McGinnis on to attempt the point after for Kentucky. Great hold by Tristan Yeomans. And Kentucky has a 7-3 lead. Benny Snell makes up for his early fumble. by accounting for 27 yards on a 60-yard touchdown drive and his 7th rushing score of the season. Another chance for the Tennessee offense.
Wow. I mean, no secret these two teams don't like each other.
Here's Chandler trying to find the edge. And Chandler lays a lick. Bounces off the defender. Changes hands and then goes down. He ran right over Chris Westry, and it looked like Chandler was surprised he was still on his feet. End result, a gain of 30.
Well, we're getting a glimpse of who's going to fill the shoes of John Kelly. Ty Chandler, second time he's gotten to the outside. There's a way that looked like John Kelly finishing a run. Chandler's not the guy that's usually the physical one. He tells Chris Westry, hello.
Ty Chandler tries to take it straight ahead, and he picks up 4. And there's more pushing and shoving. And it wouldn't be wise tonight. You got to maybe put a bridle on everybody. Say, let's pull back a little bit because personal foul flag and you'll be ejected.
And Trey Smith just leveled this defender. Who is that? Is that out? No, it's Courtney Love.
Yeah, and then he quickly moved on to another
Trey
victim.
Smith is a monster up there. And he'll be one to watch all night. It's really important, especially when they get in the red zone, for this offensive line to stay low and finish physical just like that.
He had 8 knockdowns in the loss to Alabama. Garantano handles a high snap, rushes for a first down. Denzel Well brings him down, and we got a flag on the play. Gain of 10.
Personal foul, face mask, number 35 on the defense. Penalty is half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
So that's how he brought him down. Garantano's taking some licks. Talking with Butch Jones this week, he said, hey, he didn't have to prove how tough he was after last week's Alabama game. His teammates know it now.
Yeah, he is. You know, with his frame, 6'4", just 200 pounds, you say he'd like to gain about 20 pounds in the offseason. So they monitor how many hits he takes every week.
Gives it up to Ty Chandler. Chandler running over dudes, and he takes it to the 1. Butch told us we've been looking to get more carries and touches for Ty Chandler. Not that they wanted Kelly to be out, but it's an opportunity for the freshman to show what he can do. And he's been fast and physical.
I love this right here. Quick to the ball, quick to the line of scrimmage, see if they can beat Kentucky before they get lined up.
Plenty of movement up front. Quentin Bohanna, the freshman from Cordova, Tennessee.
Snap infraction on the offense, number 55. Penalty is 5 yards, still second down.
Red zone issues.
Mental mistakes, Tom, have plagued this team. You're on the half-yard line. Getting ready to snap it quick. You're going to score there. Now you back yourself up. Reminiscent of what's happened a few times in just the last couple games. Mental mistakes and penalties inside the 10. Killing this team.
Garantano to throw. Blasted from behind. Somehow he held on to it. Lonnie Johnson Jr. got him from his blind side. It's a loss of 10.
Tom, this is something that I saw in film and something with a young quarterback. Pre-snap recognition of blitzes. This is a cat corner, corner fire, call it what you want, but this is one of the easiest pre-snap recognition for a quarterback, and he just never saw it. Reading the boundary safety, you should see the alignment. That's a tough one. He'll start to see that more and more. He's young, you can't fault him yet, but that specific blitz, Alabama hit him on at least 3 times last week.
Garantano shuffles out of the pocket, will try to run. Nice little bend back, and he'll take it down to the 6 or 7. Mike Edwards brings him down. They're able to pick up 9. That'll leave 4th and goal and another kicking opportunity. Tennessee able to put points on the board, but once again a trip to the red zone, and they'll come away without an offensive touchdown.
Negative plays, penalties, sacks, negative plays. Can't have those in the red zone. Tennessee has had too many, too frequently.
24-yard attempt. Tennessee has taken it to the 1-yard line and the 12-yard line on their drives, and they've had to settle for field goals both times. And that one just ekes in after going off the post. Brent Samaglia has 2 field goals tonight. Butch Jones' team scored first, gave up a touchdown. It's a 1-point game. Well, they brought out some of the old cats this weekend. Rich Brooks was being honored and met up with a lot of his guys, including 4 of his captains, Dominic Lewis, Tony Dixon, Keenan Burton, and Wesley Woodyard. Party was even crashed by a fifth. Coach Brooks won 3 consecutive bowls. Took the Cats to 4 straight. Talked with Mark Stoops about him yesterday. He said, I'm not sure that people here really appreciate how great a coach he was while he was here.
And you can always tell an impact the coach had on his players by how they interact. Even years later, you see those guys. A ton of respect and love, Coach Brooks.
Lynn Bowden breaks free. 2 big returns for Bowden. This time he takes it to the 27. Chance for a first down on the catch and run by Blake Bone, and he takes it to 45. Bone popped off a little bit on social media this week, said we need to put the ball in the air. Or if you're going to do that, you can talk smack on Snapchat, you better be able to back it up.
Got to back it up. Second time they've gone to Blake Bone here, just on a hitch. It's a 5-yard turnaround. Show them your numbers. That's what you hope happens. You're able to break a tackle, extend it out a few more yards.
So the senior picks up a first down, and Kentucky goes to the Wildcat for the first time tonight with Benny Snell behind center. Makes a handoff to Bone. Bone gives him a block on the edge, and Snell goes up and over, pick up another yard or 2.
Hey, you mentioned it. Bone on social media want the ball a little bit more. I'm okay with a receiver that wants the ball, but got to be careful of where and who your audience is.
Well, I think you also have to know what your team is. Kentucky's not a passing offense.
No, Kentucky is at its best, a well-oiled machine when Benny Snell is rolling, the Wildcats rolling, and they can play action pass with Steven Johnson off that. They simply weren't able to get the running game going last week. Snell just 18 yards, so obviously nothing was going right. 4 receivers at the bottom.
On a 2nd and 5 play, Snell breaks free, trying to win this foot race. He is down inside the 5. Sean Chambers caught up to him after a 48-yard gain.
And went 4 receivers to the bottom of the screen, shifted the linebacks over. The unbalanced formation didn't allow Tennessee to cover all their gaps. It looks like they're going to try to get to the ball here quick.
Snell averaging better than 13 yards a carry. Another big run for him.
Maybe another run to the right.
Snell picks up a yard. Maybe. Snell has been productive. He's 4th in school history with a touchdown every 14.3 carries.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. Cobb had one every 10.5 carries, and he's in the building tonight.
I got a chance to play against Randall Cobb here in 2010. Let me just tell you, it didn't go very well for me and the Commodores.
3 tight ends on the field for Kentucky.
Snell back there, quarterback.
Already 1 touchdown tonight for Snell. Here's Richardson on the move, and they ran out of time on the play clock.
That's the end of the first quarter.
So Kentucky will move to the other end. They're looking to punch it in for the 2nd time. Benny Snell Jr. with a 48-yard run to put the Cats on the doorstep, trying to add the 7-6 lead. Cats can become bowl eligible with the victory tonight. Last 40 years, only 2 other Kentucky teams have done that in October.
A little jump pass here. You don't need to, but out of a timeout.
Loaded up with 3 tight ends. Snell will try to take it himself, and he barrels his way in. 2nd touchdown of the night for Benny Snell Jr.
Might as well just run behind the big boys when you're that close. Kentucky's so effective in the low red zone. With that Wildcat, you add an extra hat to the line of scrimmage. He's going to be running right behind this right side of the offensive line. Bunchy Stallings leading the way.
Austin McGinnis has now made 52 consecutive point afters. And the Cats have a 14-6 lead on the Vols. Evan Berry back to return for Tennessee. Short kick. And from the 15-yard line, it's Marquez Callaway. Flag on the play. And this one will be coming back. Callaway submarine at the 30. Now to the 32. Welcome back to SEC Saturday Night, presented by Holiday Inn Express. Kentucky has opened up a 14-6 lead on Tennessee, thanks to Benny Snell Jr. Meanwhile, Jarek Garantano at quarterback again for Tennessee.
Yeah, young quarterback. You got to get better at pre-snap recognition, something that Alabama hit him with here 3 times. You see the boundary safety there creeping towards the receiver to the right side. That only tells you one thing: the corner's coming. And you see it again, this safety creeping here. Corner's going to come from the boundary. These are things that a veteran quarterback will start to see. Garantano will see it more and more. Hopefully start to recognize some of those and prevent the big negative plays as we saw down here in the red zone already.
11-yard gain to Jeff George. I guess if you don't see it, you're going to feel it.
Yeah, and that's what happens with a cat corner from the boundary. Usually the quarterback's reading the field. If you don't see it, you're going to feel it right in your back, and it's going to hurt.
Garantano 4 of 6 through the air for Tennessee thus far. Just 28 yards. Deep ball. Into coverage. It is incomplete. Broken up on the back end by Chris Westry. Josh Palmer, the intended receiver, and the flag comes down. And Westry not happy. Well, he didn't turn around on the ball, and I wonder if he made contact before the ball got there without turning his head.
Yeah, when a ref sees that the back of your helmet is facing the quarterback.
Pass interference on the defense, number 21. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
That makes them hypersensitive to any contact. In great position here. As soon as that receiver looks, you got to look. And he's just a little late. A little bit of contact there. Not a ton. But when the back of your helmet is facing the other way, you're going to call that almost every time.
Kind of thought I saw his head turn.
Well, it needs to be a little earlier because they're allowed to wall the receiver off, and you need to turn your head and keep it turned. And you can push that receiver almost all you want.
Into Kentucky territory, and Carlin Filzami with an 11-yard run on first down. Josh Allen the stop.
I like what Tennessee's doing in the run game. Kentucky's mixing up their fronts a little bit, but they base out of a 3-down front. You want to go outside zone, attack the edge, and when they overplay from the linebacker position, you make one cut, as Filzami did there, and get vertical.
Tennessee's been run heavy tonight. 17 of their 23 plays have been rushes. And here's another. And Filzami gets tripped up after a gain of 8. Darius West with the stop.
Josh Allen back out there for Kentucky. Keep an eye on him. Rushing off the edge. He's a disruptor.
And Ty Chandler back on the field at running back for Tennessee. Here comes the corner blitz. And they go right that way over the top to Marquez Callaway.
I love it.
Young quarterback saw it.
There we go. You must have watched the breakdown. This is what the receiver is taught to do. When the corner blitzes, you just expand. You show the quarterback your chest, expand, and he delivers it. Beautifully done there by Garantano. Love that.
Garantano fakes right, takes off straight ahead, and slipped on the turf. 6-yard gain. Let's go back to that completion.
Tom, this gets me excited. Look at that. Corner comes, and you just find the open guy. You just replace it, right? Quarterbacks are taught. Replace the blitzer. He sees it, identifies it pre-snap. Nice, easy throw. Pitch and catch. That gets me excited. I love that kind of stuff.
I'm glad. 2nd down 5. Ty Chandler bursts through, and the freshman takes it to the goal line and in. First touchdown of Ty Chandler's career. It's a 14-yard run.
And a great block by none other than Trey Smith pulling around. Might have been down there a little bit short. See if they take a look at it, but I'll tell you what, Ty Chandler.
The previous play is under further review. Moving on the field was a touchdown. After review, the runner was down prior to breaking the goal line. It will be first down at the 1.5-yard line.
Critical here at the 1.5-yard line. If you remember what happened on the other side of the field, a penalty and then a sack, and all of a sudden they're way back and they have to kick a field goal. Got to finish this drive off with a touchdown.
So still 15 consecutive quarters without an offensive touchdown for Tennessee, trying to end that drought here. A 1st and goal inside the 2. Chandler, the lone back. Another chance, and he is in. Touchdown, Tennessee. The drought ends, and the Volunteers have their first offensive touchdown since the UMass game.
Unbelievable. We keep talking about Tennessee's offensive line. We highlighted Trey Smith earlier. He is playing really well. Look at this block. Finishing a guy at the line of scrimmage.
Samaglian for the point after. It had been 15+ quarters and 48 possessions since Tennessee last had an offensive touchdown. Go back to September 23rd in their win against UMass. And that is their first red zone touchdown in SEC play. They had been 0 for 10 coming into this one. Chandler with his first career touchdown, and we got a 1-point game again. One way to stay warm. Tennessee fans have made the jaunt up 75. Kentucky with a 14-13 lead. 37 degrees right now here in Lexington.
Cole leveled you today.
Yes, he did.
Just like that.
The slant ball's tipped, and it's almost intercepted. Micah Abernathy had his hands on what would have been his first pick of the season, but couldn't haul it in.
Daniel Bernoulli gets his hands on this one. He picked off Tua Tagovailoa last week and took it to the house. Been playing very, very well. Number 35 for Tennessee.
That was a 97-yard return in Tuscaloosa, 4th longest in school history. Back to the running game. Back to Benny Snell. And he is throwing haymakers to clear his way for a few extra yards. He picks up 23. And the last 5 came at the expense of Justin Martin.
And Kentucky has been going unbalanced. Look at this. 4 receivers to the top of the screen, which means there's not numbers to the backside. Really only 5 linebackers, or excuse me, 5 people in the box, 2 linebackers. They've been exploiting that all night. Unbalanced formations. Working good for Kentucky's run game.
Here's Snell again. Kentucky's offensive coordinator, Eddie Gran, maybe outside of Mississippi State, has been really happy with Stephen Johnson's decision-making in the RPOs and happy with the way Benny Snell plays physical football. Get off me.
He runs angry. I love what Eddie Gran's doing, mixing up formations. Tennessee's having a tough time adjusting these unbalanced sets early on.
Already $110 on the ground, averaging 10 yards a carry. Now the Wildcat. And he's going to take it himself. Got a key block on the edge. And it's a first down run. C.J. Conrad on the left side is able to seal it. Conrad hasn't been as involved in the passing game, but he's turned into a really good blocker.
Yeah, Tom, no catches in his last 3 games, but blocking was his focus this offseason. He was physical last year, but he said his technique was just not very good. Been working on his hand placement, his footwork all offseason, and when he's not getting the ball from Stephen Johnson, he's been a big, big addition to this running game.
Another Wildcat. This time it's Lynn Bowden, former high school quarterback and a wide receiver. And Bowden wants to throw on the run with his gloves on. He fires a strike down the sideline. It is caught. Taven Richardson. First down, Kentucky inside the 5.
What a great catch here by Taven Richardson. Bowden was a high school quarterback, but expect them to put it exactly on the money. Great adjustment.
Thanks. First and goal for Kentucky. Steven Johnson keeps it, and he gets wrestled to the ground by Abernathy. The drama in Gainesville continue. I can't wait to hear what Jim McElwain has to say after the blowout loss in Jacksonville today.
Georgia keeps rolling. I knew Georgia was going to win that one, and probably by a few scores. But
hey, how about this? You seen a hand warmer like that lights up?
It's heating up. Green. Oven's on.
Hot and fresh. Wildcat and Benny Snell Jr. Richardson coming to the backfield. Snell straight ahead. Bowls his way in for his 3rd touchdown of the night.
Tennessee, he's just got no answer to the Wildcat down in the low red zone. Kentucky being physical at the point of attack. This is what you want. Get a one-on-one at the goal line. Cortez Sapp comes off a block. Benny Snell's got a full head of steam there. You're not stopping him.
All 3 touchdown drives for Kentucky have been aided by a big play. Their first was a Snell 27-yard run, then a Snell 48-yard run. Then on this one, Bowden with a 36-yard completion to Richardson out of the Wildcat. More words of Chisholm going your way. Marquez Callaway, after another short Kentucky kick, takes it to the 30. Well, Benny Snell has 3 touchdowns tonight. That's 9 on the season now. Another grab for Ethan Wolf, the senior from Minster, Ohio, goes for 13. Wolf came into this game one of the most prolific receiving tight ends in Tennessee history, 4th in school history. Just passed Jason Witten recently. It's a pretty good name to slip past.
Yeah, and a big body like Witten. Wolf's 6'6", 260, but runs pretty well, as you saw in that last one.
And 21 catches last year. Here's Phil Zami. Finds a couple. Derek Beatty Jr. All right, so if Tennessee's going to have a hard time stopping Benny Snell and therefore stopping Kentucky from scoring, where have they been, or can they be most efficient offensively to win a shootout if that's what they have to do?
Well, they got to pick up the tempo first and foremost, and you're seeing them do that right here. I think they got to be more explosive in the passing game. Haven't seen many hits, taking shots downfield. Haven't connected on many of them. Get Garantano outside the pocket as well.
22 rushes, only 8 pass attempts thus far tonight for Tennessee. Phil Zami fights through a would-be tackler, and he battles his way for a first down. Naquez Pringle finally with the stop. It's a gain of 8. You may have negative things to say or negative thoughts about this Tennessee team if you're a fan based on their record, but these guys continue to play hard.
Continue to fight. One thing I talked about before the game started, I wanted to see how these players responded to the adversity that they're in, outside the program, in the program. Responded physically tonight.
4-man rush for Kentucky. Garantano's got time, and it's batted away in the back end. Lonnie Johnson Jr. had a sack earlier tonight, knocks it away from Marquez Callaway.
Like the call. First down, take a shot. Marquez Callaway, big physical receiver on the outside, just a double move. Trying to put it on the back shoulder, but really, really good coverage here by Lonnie Johnson on the outside.
Callaway had a monster game in the second half in Atlanta in the season opener against Georgia Tech. Haven't heard much from him since. Here's Ty Chandler. Pringle to tackle. Helmet came off of Callaway. He's about blocking on the perimeter. He'll have to come out for a play. So you lose one of your best receivers for a play. What could be a passing down in 3rd and 5. Tyler Bird, Josh Smith, and Jeff George, the wide receivers out there now for Tennessee. Garantano looking deep. And now a crossing route. Ty Chandler open for the first down, but a flag on the play. And that might be on Josh Smith again. He was the nearest volunteer to that flag. Gain of 23 if it stands.
Holding on the defense, number 8. Penalty is declined. Result of the play, first down.
All right, so that's Derek Beatty Jr., the Tampa product, with the flag for Kentucky. And Tennessee inside the red zone again. It was Smith who was being held.
Yeah, I got both hands around Josh Smith there. Great play design, though. Cover one, sneak your back out on a linebacker.
Kentucky maybe lined up offside, no flag. Carlin fills a knee, finds 2. Tight end Ethan Wolf has been busy tonight. He's got 2 catches for 13 yards. And the senior's headed back to the locker room with the Tennessee athletic training staff. Two of Garantano's 7 completions have gone to his tight end. Austin Pope takes a spot. Garantano with the reverse, looking to throw. Tyler Bird will turn it upfield instead. And he got turned around. Gain of 4. Talking with the Tennessee coaching staff this week after it was obvious John Kelly wasn't going to make the trip. He said, could we see more Tyler Bird? Because late last year, he was a guy that really got involved in the offense in a lot of different ways from the slot.
Yeah, he's great on those speed sweeps. Obviously, you see the reverse there, and they wanted to throw that. He pulled that down and was going to try to throw it, made a good decision. An athletic sophomore, 195 pounds, big body for how they like to use him in the slot.
Volunteers just 2 of 6 on 3rd down. Garantano complete out of the backfield to Brandon Johnson, cuts it back up, and he's down to the 1.
Nice easy completion here for Garantano. This is a snag concept. One goes to the flat, one sits. Josh Allen, the linebacker that's in a bind there, he sits on the snag and the flat wide open. Good decision, good easy completion for Garantano on a big 3rd down here in the red zone.
Garantano effective this drive. He's got Chandler behind him here. 1st and goal. Chandler again. And a freshman's in again. 2nd touchdown of the night.
And again, right behind Trey Smith. Completely different team, Tennessee here. We're seeing down in the low red zone. The film I watched, the offensive line's hats were high. Look at them low, driving off, getting bodies on the ground. Red zone's an attitude sometime, and Tennessee bringing a physicality and an attitude. The reason they're punching them in here.
Maglia for the point after. That's good. A lot of action in the SEC today, including news from Jacksonville and Florida head coach Jim McElwain. That's coming up next in the studio. 21-20, the lead for Kentucky at the half. Let's get you to Dari, Chiz, and Doring. Smokey's got a blanket on. It's a chilling one tonight. Near freezing temperatures. Blitz Jones and his Tennessee squad giving Kentucky all they can handle through a half. It's been a battle of the backs. The freshman Ty Chandler breaking out in a big way without John Kelly. Meanwhile, Mark Stoops' squad has leaned on Benny Snell Jr. He's got 3 touchdowns tonight. I don't know if we would have expected all this scoring. Tom Hart with Jordan Rogers. But we certainly expected both teams to lean on the ground game.
Absolutely. You wouldn't expect this type of scoring with how much running they're doing. I mean, Benny Snell has got it going, looking for him to break out 124 yards. And Ty Chandler's been a pleasant surprise, as well as the Tennessee offensive line has been really big tonight, especially in the red zone.
It looks like a different offensive line, too.
Completely. It's a mentality. I mean, the offensive line is a mentality. You got to beat the guy in front of you, and they're doing that consistently in the red zone and up and down the field. That's why they're scoring points.
It's really impressive that an offensive line can show such marked improvement this point in the season. It's not like they just got 2 or 3 starters back that are finally healthy. I think that's probably a great indicator of how hard they're working. Here's Callaway. Takes it to the 30. Let's check in with our offensive lineman, Cole Kubalik.
Tom, spoke to Mark Stoops coming out at the halftime. I said, have you ever seen 2 complete football teams receive personal fouls. He said, Cole, I've never seen it. We addressed it in the locker room, said we got to chill out, we got to calm down, can't let that affect us in the second half. He said the biggest key for us is cleaning up the tackling and getting off the field on third down.
50-year-old Mark Stoops, who's been around football a while. He was raised in a football family, was a defensive back at the University of Iowa, where two of his other brothers played. All of the brothers were involved in coaching at some level, just as their dad was as a longtime high school coach in Youngstown, Ohio. Coach Jones and his team looking for their first conference win of the season. Here comes a linebacker blitz, and it's complete over the middle to Josh Smith, who has a first down. By the way, going back to the unsportsmanlike penalties that were blanket penalties for both teams, Tennessee got the worst into that when their starting linebacker Daniel Perpetually committed his second and was ejected. And off to Ty Chandler, and Chandler with a gain of 6 before T.J. Carter brings him down. Chandler's on the verge of a big game. Last freshman to go for 100 was Jalen Hurd when he went for 122 against Iowa in the Tax-Slayer Bowl in 2014 season, and Chandler 8 away from the century mark. And he inches even closer with a 3-yard gain. T.J. Carter of Whitfield Academy, just outside of Atlanta, brings him down. Third and 1 officially. Volunteers 3 of 7 on third downs. Chandler straight ahead. He's got that first down. Cole, we're talking about the improved offensive line play for Tennessee in this game alone. Have you seen such dramatic improvement on a week-to-week basis before?
Well, not necessarily, Tom, and I'm not sure that it's not just a good fit for this offensive line. This is a defensive line that sits back off the ball. They're a read front. They're not an attacking front. Tennessee does an excellent job with their running backs of pressing the line of scrimmage and then cutting back late, giving them an edge in this matchup.
Fresh set of downs for the Vols. Here's Tim Jordan. Power running game for Jordan, picks up 12. Talking with Butch Jones about his running backs that we're going to get an opportunity this week. When we spoke with him on Wednesday, he said Tim Jordan is the one that really differs from the other two. He's a power back, 5'11", 196. School record 1,300 yards at Bartow High School in Winter Haven, Florida. He was a 3-star recruit. Darius West with the tackle.
He's playing at a high level. Highest rated recruit in that 2014 class, the highest rated class Kentucky's ever had. He's physical, plays at the second level really, really well. Biggest concern now, though, for me, this nose guard position. You got number 95, Quentin Bohanna, in there, but they're getting pushed around up front.
Setting up a screen. Here's Jordan. A couple road graders in front of him. Pardon me, Ty Chandler with the catch and run, and that'll be a gain of 10. That's going to set up 3rd and short for Tennessee. No huddle. Tennessee getting right up on the ball. Josh Smith being carted off for the Volunteers. Not a good look there. On 3rd and 1, Garantano keeps it. First down inside the 10.
Great call here. Go tempo. All eyes are in the backfield. They're going to hand it off, and quarterback beats you. That's what some mobility can do. It's one of the reasons they went to Garantano and moved on from Dormady. The athleticism allows you to do so much when things aren't going the right way on offense.
Great ground game tonight for Tennessee. Here's Chandler again, the freshman, and he's taken down for a loss of 3. This is a Tennessee offense which last week against Alabama was held to just 108 total yards of offense. They have 314 total tonight with a quarter plus to go. Tim Jordan in the backfield again. Garantano flushed out of the pocket. Pump fake, get him a couple yards. He slips through, and he's down to the 6-yard line. Eli Brown with a stop. By the way, Tennessee has a season high 191 rush yards tonight. The previous high was 183 in their game at Florida, that heartbreaking loss. 3rd and goal from the 6. Who do you like here?
I like the tight end. They've been working the tight end over the middle. Ethan Wolf in there. The bottom part of your screen on the ball. Watch out for Josh Allen coming off that right side.
Ross Palmer lined up right behind him. Garantano looking that way. Gets pressured, ran into his own guy, and he'll get taken down for the 4th sack of the night for Kentucky. Josh Allen collapsed the pocket, and Tim Jordan and Garantano bumped into each other.
Tom, that's what's hard against this Kentucky team. They have talented pass rushers on the outside. Saw Denzel Ware go down with an injury earlier. Josh Allen is too good on the outside, especially when you're in a 3rd down passing situation. He knows it's coming. Too much speed, too much athleticism.
30-yard attempt for Brent Samaglia. Tennessee led this game 3-0 after their first possession, and they're back in front here, up 23-21. Tennessee has won 31-32 against Kentucky. Their only loss from Matt Rourke, the wide receiver, played quarterback for Kentucky in 2011 in a 10-7 finale. And another nail-biter here in this rivalry, the 113th meeting. Tennessee has more wins against Kentucky than any other school in 5 consecutive double-digit wins. Lynn Bowden from inside the end zone. Brought down just outside the 18. Johnson's going to run with it on his first play. He gets shoved to the ground on the tail end of a stiff arm by Nigel Warrior. And Johnson's fired up.
Tell you what, he took off, and I'm thinking, all right, he's going to get down. He's going to get down, and then he throws out a stiff arm and falls right on that shoulder that he went to the locker room for. Looks good, though. Got up clapping.
Might be mind over matter. 4 carries for 62 yards for Johnson. That adrenaline a real thing here tonight. 31 out of 32 losses to the gang from Knoxville. Little tunnel screen action. Juice Johnson's been quiet tonight. He got blasted, and the ball came out again. It's the 4th fumble of the night for Kentucky. And Tennessee takes it away again. Rashad Golden has it. There is a very serious roadblock standing in the way of Kentucky against the teams from both Florida and Tennessee.
And it's the big hit by Kendall Vickers. Sean Golden in the right place at the right time again. That's 3 fumble recoveries for Golden in the last 2 games. Tell you what, a Bob Shoop defense thrives off of turnovers. They preach that every single day in practice. Fumbles, interceptions. Another good opportunity for Tennessee's offense here in good field position.
Golden forced the last one and recovered this one. Back to the ground game. Phil Zamee takes it to the edge. He's got a Tennessee first down and a gain of 19.
Phil Zamee on the carry. The tackle by Mike Edwards.
We were here for that Florida game, and Kentucky made so many mental mistakes. They outplayed Florida for the most part. You figure in the mistakes that they made, they gave that game away, and they are literally handing Tennessee the ball tonight.
It's another reason that I think Steven Johnson coming back, albeit he brings a different element running the football, and he's definitely a better passer than Drew Barker. Is the leadership. One reason streaks continue as they do. Mental focus down the stretch. We saw it against Florida. Kentucky lost it. You got to have leadership to rally the troops in adversity, and they're facing adversity right now.
Ty Chandler with an 8-yard run on first down. It's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter. Jared Garantano says, let's go to the 4th with the lead. Butcher's squad will be looking at a 2nd and 2. Mark Stoops will have to hope for a comeback win in the 4th quarter. Can Tennessee's dominance in this series continue? Can they find their first conference win of the year? It's a fun one in the Bluegrass.
With the change of quarters, they had a lot of time over there. Larry Scott and this offense to dial up a play here. I'd be on high alert for a trick or a wrinkle or a shot.
Chandler, the freshman, muscles his way towards the line. He picks up 2 and a first down.
And they do the smart thing and hand it off to Chandler, who's the hot hand.
Well, it makes sense. That's where he could take a shot because he ended up at 3rd and 2.
Second and 2,
doesn't work out.
absolutely. Had time to think about it, talk about it. I guarantee in that break they were talking about a shot or a wrinkle or a reverse, but they're running the ball well right now. Stick to what's working.
57 plays tonight for Tennessee. 43 of them have been runs. Chandler and Jordan in the backfield.
Man coverage here by Kentucky. Changing the play.
Play action. Garantano checks back. Escapes a sack. Flag on the play. And he will chuck this one over the cheerleaders and into the stands. Mike Edwards brought pressure. It should be intentional grounding.
Holding number 55 on the offense. That penalty is declined. Intentional grounding number 2 on the offense. Ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. Also includes a loss of down. 2nd down.
And officially, that goes in the scorebook as a sack, which is the 5th of the night for Kentucky, thanks to Mike Edwards.
I love the call. Man coverage. You go to Jeff George, your 6'6" receiver on the outside. That's one where young quarterback, got to say, give him a chance. Throw a jump ball, throw a back shoulder. Can't hang on to the ball against pressure and man coverage, especially in the red zone.
Leaves him halfway to Hazard for a first down. Garantano finds Jordan, and the screen does very little. A gain of 4. Quentin Bohanna with the stop. Third and long.
Yeah, you're going to see Kentucky's defense playing soft zone coverage with some form of cover 4, cover 2, keeping everything in front of you. Let them get a short pass or a screen or a handoff and rally to the ball. 3 points or a field goal attempt is fine here for Kentucky.
Garantano sets his feet too strong over the middle. Over the head of Brandon Johnson.
And he had him. Good job by Kentucky. They're actually in cover 6, playing 2 to the boundary, 4 to the field. Had everything in front of them. It's a tough throw for a quarterback. Got to set your feet, get your hips and your shoulder all the way back across. Just missed that one.
45-yard attempt for Smaglia. He missed from 44. 2 of his kicks have hit the left upright tonight. 1 glanced in, 1 doinked back. And Tennessee is able to add to its lead with another field goal from the freshman, Brett Smaglia. Well, the sack wasn't a killer. They're able to get 3 on the board. And Tennessee trying to continue its dominance, up 5 in the 4th. Tennessee adds another field goal to its tally. They've won 31 of 32 in this series. 113th meeting. The Volunteers have dominated. Now they're back out in front by 5. Good luck with that one later tonight. See if Lynn Bowden's got some magic in him. No chance for a return here. Well, no, he will take it out. Bowden from deep in the corner, and he gets popped at the 13th. 4 fumbles tonight for these Wildcats. They've resulted in 9 points for Tennessee, and a drop on the perimeter from Blake Bone. Tennessee has taken those fumbles and turned them into 3 field goals and a missed field goal. So Kentucky's defense has done a remarkable job working on short fields and with quick returns to the field after those turnovers.
Yeah, they have. They've played well, backed up. We knew this was a good defense. They're stout. May not be what we thought they were at the beginning of the year, but they played physical. Tell you what, those hitches on the outside are setting up for a hitch and go at some point. Won't be here, but
well, not if you don't catch the hitch. Toss to Snell. And a gain of 6. That'll bring up 3rd down. Mississippi State having success tonight down in Aggie land, and if you look at Kentucky's resume as a whole, they seem, outside of that Mississippi State game, to play to their opponent. They've been involved in a lot of close games this season. Got to come from behind for what would be their 6th win of the season and make them bowl eligible in October. Johnson on the run. Bowden can't haul it in. Over the last 40 years, only 2 Kentucky teams have been bowl eligible in the month of October.
That's a tough break there. Noticing Tennessee's playing a lot more man press, forcing Kentucky into these low percentage throws. But that's one Stephen Johnson's got to make. Rolling to your left, set your feet. Wide open Lynn Bowden there on the sideline for a drive continuing play.
Nigel Warrior came off the field late, so Tennessee has to run a guy on their punt return team. Not sure if that was communicated well. It results in a fair catch taken by Marquez Callaway. 45-yard punt from the Columbia transfer, Matt Panton. Tennessee back on offense. Topsy-turvy day in college football again. No gain on 1st down.
Big drive here for Tennessee. You want to take some time off the clock. You would like the positive play there, but see a run here on 2nd down as well.
By the way, big night in the World Series tonight. An SEC guy, Alex Wood, had 5 innings of no-hit ball for the Dodgers in Game 4 before he gave up a home run to George Springer. A lot of SEC guys playing in the World Series this year. That's a great sight. On 2nd and 10. Garantano going deep, high arcing shot, and a pass interference flag coming in on Derek Beatty Jr. Josh Palmer, the intended guy.
You just can't do this. You got to find the ball. Beatty never finds the ball until it's too late.
It's on the defense, number 8. Penalty is 15 yards from the previous spot. Automatic 1st down.
And Beatty's their best cover guy. Got Chris Westry earlier on the same thing. Have to find the football. When you see the receiver put his head up and look for that ball, you got to do the same thing, because you can get physical. When you turn your head, you can continue to jam and make contact out with that receiver, but you can easy call on the refs if you're not.
That's a veteran secondary. Beatty, Westry, and Edwards.
It is.
Combined 83 starts, including tonight. A freshman Chandler. 4 yards. Mike Edwards a stop.
So he's going to take every second of these play clocks. At least they should. It's at 20 right now. I'd let that thing keep winding.
Garantano pressured in the grasp and goes down. TJ Carter with the sack. 6th of the night for Kentucky, and with 6 minutes to go in the 4th quarter, it's a major loss of yardage for Tennessee. 11 yards the wrong way.
And Kentucky's trying to set up a screen here. Got to throw the ball at the feet of your running back as quick as possible. Right now, you can turn and throw it at the feet. Doesn't get a chance. Great play by TJ Carter. He's a good player, but it all started a play before. You got to break the huddle with 13 seconds. They broke the huddle with 20. You got to take all the time off the clock. Now you're pushed way back.
On the draw, Tim Jordan. And Jordan gets gang tackled. That'll bring up 4th down and a loss of 1.
Great job by this Kentucky defense. Not only do you come up with a stop, but you're now in a 4th and what is it, 22, 23?
Yep.
Which means a longer punt, better field position. Sacks just really hurt you. Young quarterbacks got to be able to avoid those. He'll learn.
Trevor Daniel, 4th in the country, averaging nearly 48 yards a punt. Charles Walker back to receive for Kentucky. Fair catch for Walker. It was dicey, but he handles it after a 40-yard punt. Second half, Kentucky gave it away with Drew Barker running the offense when Steven Johnson was out. Benny Snell was fantastic as a workhorse in the first half, but Juice Johnson gave one away. An incomplete pass, and Kentucky having a hard time finding the rhythm in the second half. .212 yards in the first half, just 87 in the second. 4 fumbles tonight for Kentucky. They've run 30 fewer plays in Tennessee. Here's Benny Snell. Here's a stiff arm on jumper, and he's got a gain of 12 on first down.
I'd push the tempo here a little bit. Great first play of the drive.
Remember last time they tried to go deep on first down, it came up empty on second down.
Yep, I was just about to say they haven't come back to this formation where they got 4 at the bottom of your screen. This has worked well for them in the run game. See a run to the top of your screen.
Snell going that way to the left side, and Tennessee has it well defended.
Tennessee's making a good adjustment. Earlier in the half, they walked the linebacker out towards that 4-receiver set, which left only 4 or 5 in the box. Advantageous for the offense. They've made good adjustments in the second half, and that's why Kentucky's having a tougher time of it.
Diving grab made by Taven Richardson. They say he's inbounds for the first down. I thought for sure he was out of bounds when he caught that.
Boy, big 6'3" frame. To keep that foot down, hard to tell. One heck of an effort. It's a good look here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Benny Snell taken down. No, it's kept by Johnson, and he's able to scramble for the first down. Flag back at the 10-yard line in the Tennessee secondary. And it looks like Rashawn Golden is the guilty party by his reaction. Golden was locked up with Taven Richardson. Great sleight of hand by Steven Johnson to sell the fake. Tennessee's defensive line fell for it.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 11 on the offense. Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 7 on the defense.
Wow.
Those penalties offset. Both players are disqualified from the game.
And if you weren't with us earlier, blanket unsportsmanlike penalties on both teams after a kickoff in the first quarter. Watch around the SEC logo, the DB and the wide receiver, and this continued after the play was over, and they're both gone.
Jeez. That's a big loss for Tennessee. I mean, obviously Kentucky as well. Taven Richardson out, but Rashawn Golden, the most versatile player on that Tennessee defense. He allows them to do a lot. They blitz him. Blitzes and tackles like a linebacker, but he's really, really talented in coverage as well. It's a big loss.
2 from each side have been ejected, including starting linebacker Daniel Bernoulli for Tennessee, and now one of their key defenders, and Rashawn Golden in the back end.
Blitz from the corner here on the bottom of your screen.
Pitch the other way for Benny Snell, trying to outrun Jumper. He makes it to the marker for a first down.
There's a chess match going on down there. You see the offense is looking to the sideline. So is the defense. I saw the blitz coming. They looked. The coaches were saying, play it. Play it, keep it on. Kentucky had the right call there.
169 for Snell tonight. Another carry for him. And he powers his way forward for a gain of 8 before Kyle Phillips can find him.
I keep coming to this because Steven Johnson has an opportunity to pull that as well with Kyle Phillips slow playing it. Come right back to that. Put the defensive end in a bind. If he bites on the run, Steven Johnson will hurt you with his legs.
Johnson tried to pull it back. That messed up the timing a little bit. Snell, no gain. Vickers with the stop for Tennessee. That mesh point got a little discombobulated.
This is dangerous. Got to make a decision. Steven Johnson wants to pull it right there. That's when fumble. Look at that.
Whoa.
That's when fumbles happen. You got to make that decision quicker.
Kentucky hasn't converted a third down in the fourth quarter tonight. And Snell will get it done here. Chugs his way to a first down.
Heck of a block there by 65. Bunchy Stallings, the right guard. Maybe Snell was able to just stick right behind him and fall forward for that first.
9th play of the drive for the Wildcats. Steven Johnson to the end zone. C.J. Conrad, the intended receiver in Tennessee, almost had its 5th takeaway of the night. Nigel Warrior had a fumble recovery earlier in the game.
I like the call. 6'5", C.J. Conrad. He's been quiet. Not a big part of this passing offense last few games, but you have to take a few shots here. 40 seconds left. Still got 3 timeouts, so not like you can't run it.
Johnson takes it himself, looking for a first down and a touchdown. He dives in from 11 yards out, and Kentucky's back in front. Steven Johnson goes Superman to put Kentucky in the lead with 33 seconds left. And they'll leave the offense on the field for a 2-point try. Last 2-point conversion came on New Year's Eve of 2016 against Georgia Tech in the Tax Slayer Bowl. This is their first 2-point attempt this year. It looks like they're going to go Wildcat with Snell.
I said it. Go back to the quarterback zone read. Put that D in a bind. God, Steven Johnson special. Big play.
Trying to notch another fourth quarter comeback. This will make it a 3-point Kentucky lead. Walker takes a handoff. Reverse to Johnson. Wants to throw. It is caught by Snell, and he is in. Kentucky's got a 3-point lead on the 2-point conversion.
The razzle-dazzle. You know it's not going to just be a Wildcat downhill. Reverse back to Steven Johnson in a great play.
Steven Johnson goes airborne with a go-ahead score with a touchdown. Now to make it a 3-point advantage. A little razzle-dazzle. Kentucky's got the momentum. They've got the lead. Can they hold on at home against the Vols? It's the 113th meeting between Kentucky and Tennessee in a series that has been dominated by the team from the Volunteer State. But now with 33 seconds left, Kentucky's trying to hold on to this thing, become bowl eligible, and knock off Tennessee for just the second time in 33 seasons. Well, the last win was a bit of a surprise as well for this Kentucky program. Take you back to Thanksgiving 2011. Derek Dooley versus Joker Phillips. Kentucky interception of Tyler Bray sealed the win for Kentucky, but the story was Matt Rohr. The senior wide receiver filled in at quarterback, 124 yards and 24 carries. He barely threw a pass, and Kentucky snapped a 26-game losing streak to Tennessee with a 10-7 win. Volunteers said this week they got a 5-game playoff for the rest of the season. If that's single elimination, they're in big trouble tonight.
Time you got 2 timeouts, 33 seconds. The middle of the field is still open. Got to get a big chunk play. Watch out for Denzel Ware rushing the passer here at the bottom of your screen.
6 sacks for the Cats tonight. Here's Tim Jordan out of the backfield. Steps out of bounds for no gain. 28 seconds remain. So it's in the hands of the freshman from Lodi, New Jersey, Jarrett Garantano. So far, Garantano 16 of 20 for 168 tonight.
Kentucky playing a lurk player here in the middle of the field, making it tough to hit anything.
There he goes! They get him again! Denzel Ware with another sack! 7th of the night for Kentucky.
Timeout. Tennessee, their second.
Jarrett Garantano has been bruised, battered, and beaten, and they come from the blind side again.
And working on Drew Richmond, and Richmond never had a chance with Ware's speed off the edge.
That offensive line looked so effective in the first half with the running game. Pass protection has been a different story.
Kentucky's going to be in prevent. Everybody playing about 5 yards deeper than they usually would.
Good to get halfway to Hazard for the first down. 3rd and 20. Over the middle, incomplete. 17 seconds left. 4th and 20.
Kentucky really taking away the middle of the field. They're going trips to the top. I try a flood concept, send someone high, keep someone low, and try to sneak a corner route about 20 to 25 yards in that empty void. Top of your screen.
Low snap. Pressure. Garantano over the middle. Caught! First down, Tennessee, and Brandon Johnson. Still life for the Vols. 8 seconds on the clock. It should stop for the first down, and it moved the chains. 1 timeout left for the Vols. 9 seconds to go. Garantano, pressure. Belton. He's going to scramble, trying to get out of bounds to save time, and he does with 2 ticks left on the clock. 13-yard scramble, and Tennessee will set up for a Hail Mary. Remember, it's a Tennessee team. It's got to cover a lot of ground on this last play. Trips to the right side. Jeff George, a lone receiver to the near side. 2 seconds left. Last play of the game. Garantano unloads deep. Short of the end zone. It is tipped, caught, and then down at the 3-yard line. Jeff George hauled it in, but came up short, and Kentucky survives. A 48-yard completion leaves Tennessee 3 yards away from victory.
Wow. With just a few more seconds, I think if Dormey would have been a little more comfortable, not hit up so much, he could have bided maybe 1 more second. He's got the arm to get it there. Receiver just weren't able to get the end zone by the time he had to let it go.
This is the second win in 33 tries for Kentucky against Tennessee. Steven Johnson leads the Cats to another 4th quarter comeback. Cole Kublik's out on the field with Kentucky's head coach, Mark Stoops.
Jake, give me 1 minute. Coach Stoops, your first victory over Tennessee, what does this mean to you?
It means a great deal to our team, our fans, our program. It was anything but pretty tonight, but the final score certainly was. We knew Tennessee has great pride. Butch does a great job, and I knew their players said, you know, we're going to play hard, and I felt like our team was ready. We made a lot of mistakes, but grateful to get the win.
You mentioned the mistakes. You're not a football team that turns the ball over. You're not a football team that doesn't get off the field on 3rd down. What did your team show you by doing that, yet being able to battle back and get a win tonight?
you know, we did a good job of getting off on some third downs. You know, our offense was struggling, but we battled, we hung in there, we made one drive at the end, and fortunately our defense kept us in there.
What does it mean having Coach Brooks here to help celebrate this win?
Absolutely, it means a great deal. I have such great respect for Coach Brooks, all the teams that he coached, and it's wonderful. I'm so glad we pulled it out.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Nothing bigger than Kentucky's defense tonight. They got after Jared Hurtado with 7 sacks, and for just the second time in 33 years, Kentucky knocks off Tennessee. Could be a watershed moment for Mark Stoops and his Kentucky program. Might be saying the same thing about Butch Jones and his Tennessee program later on this season. Kentucky survives 29-26 with a signature win. Let's take it back to the studio for Dari and company.